Welcome to Bar Afrique, the podcast where we tell African independence story over a drink or two or five. I am one of your hosts, Sarah Masiwa. My co-host, Lynn Talla, we're doing something different today. Lynn is joining from Canada. Lynn?
Hi. Hi. Hi, everyone. I am joining from Montreal. Yes, we are trying something new, so we'll see how this goes, but this is interesting. It's nice to see you guys on the little screen over there.
This is our first London episode.
Welcome to London.
Welcome to London.
Happy to be here virtually.
Let me set the scene for you.
Goodness. Okay.
We are in the Central African Republic, New Year's Eve, 1965. And the first president of the country, David Dacko, he is not celebrating because there is a coup underway. So David is sitting in his palace being cooed.
As you do.
As you do.
Yeah.
Just after midnight, the person who is cooing David comes into the palace, forces him to resign, and tells him that he's going to be imprisoned. And he comes face to face with none other than the man behind it all, his cousin,
Stop!
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, stop.
Jean Badal Bokassa. And this episode is what I title Family Matters. And I thought, who better than to have in the co-host seat for this episode or in the guest seat than my own cousins, Chenge and Kudzi.
It's a pleasure. I did, when you did text, I did think, oh, do we have beef? What's going on? I actually thought, should I be worried?
You thought maybe this was like a veiled attempt to do like a cousin reconciliation.
Yes. I thought we were going to have like a come and sit. What did you call it? It's like a, not come to Jesus, but like we're...
Intervention! An intervention!
I thought it was going to be an intervention.
Well, I mean, it's early, you know.
I mean,
what
wait,
what do you think needs to be intervened on is really the question.
Wait, my first question was, are we good? Are we all good? Is everybody good?
I'm good.
I'm good.
Can you imagine, though, if I was like, actually, I'm not good. And I'd like to use this episode as an opportunity to address my long-held beefs with you both.
I would be thinking that I might start a coup on you.
Fair. I think that would be fair. But it is a pleasure to have you both for this episode.
Thank you.
Lynn, what are we drinking?
Today, we are drinking the Kakira Gold Rum, produced in eastern Uganda. So it was established in 1930, and the sugar estate, has grown to like 45,000 acres of sugarcane farm. And the drink that you've made today is a spiced chai cocktail. So how is it?
I think it's so fitting with the weather outside. It actually tastes so good as well.
And
yeah.
it's divine. It reminds me, so this is a very English drink called a hot toddy.
Yes.
Which is basically, I mean, this is rum, but a hot toddy is whiskey with honey. And typically people, I mean, they don't really need an excuse to drink it, but it does help if you've got a cold or like an onset of like just feeling run down. So it reminds me of that, but like it's warming.
It is warming.
It's so warming.
It is warming. And I've already drank most of mine.
Have you?
I know.
It went down really quickly.
I know. It's so good. I'm trying to pace mine, but
thank you for presenting it in the
In a
teacup.
It's very fitting.
Yeah, I did think for our first London episode, we should do something emblematic of the UK. Plus, we are actually recording, it's Black History Month.
Oh, yeah.
It is Black History Month.
Month.
Chin chin. Happy
Chin
Black
chin.
History Month to
Yeah.
everyone in the UK. Okay, let me jump into the story.
Yes.
Okay, whenever
Let's
you're
get
ready.
cozy for this.
Get cozy.
Yeah,
get
yeah.
comfortable.
Are you ready?
This episode is about the Central African Republic, but it was colonized by the French in 1910, and it was called Ubanga Shari at the time. And it was part of a collection of French colonies called French Equatorial Africa.
Okay.
David Dacko, who I've mentioned, is the first president of the Central African Republic. I want to talk a little bit about like his upbringing, what he's doing in Ubangashari. So David Dacko is born into a like polygamist family. But when he's young, his dad converts to Catholicism and like decides to pick his favorite wife and then send the other wives and children away. So unfortunately for David and his mom,
They didn't make the cut.
Oh no!
Awkward.
I know. Orcs. Real.
So unfortunately, David is sent away. But he does grow up with like an uncle who takes education really seriously.
But it could have been fortunate for him because who knows?
Who knows? Who knows? Maybe growing up with the dad would have been worse. Maybe he wouldn't have become the first president.
Yeah, there you
that's
go.
true.
You know?
Yeah.
But so he takes education really seriously. He becomes a teacher and then eventually becomes a headmaster. But interestingly enough, he's not like the natural person to take over for like when Central African Republic gets its independence. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. I hope that burp was like not recorded in
That sounded, that came from the
No, that
depths.
just made me feel very comfortable. Yes.
know-
Yes. Oh,
She said, kick back and relax.
Listen.
She said, let's do it. This is a good drink.
This is, I know.
Yeah.
Grab your, what is it? Hot spice tea. Take your shoes off. Like, get comfortable.
Love it.
My gosh. Anyway, I love like the ASMR of it. It's gonna be like,
No, I think it's a great way to start. I think let's go.
You were very
feel comfortable.
unapologetic about it. So
yeah, and you know I'm gonna keep it in as well. I have no shame. Anyway, so the person who like really was like the natural like leader of the Central African Republic was a man called Bartholomew Buganda.
Okay.
So
Great
Bartholomew,
name.
yeah,
Bartholomew.
Baba, the double B,
Baba. Bartholomew.
BB.
BB. Should we give him the nickname BB?
Yeah, we can't. He doesn't come up again in this episode. So
Oh,
I don't
sorry,
know if
does he
he's,
not?
like,
Oh, okay. Well,
deserving of a
BB.
nickname.
BB.
One hit wonder.
Only because, yeah.
But
Only
we
because
can.
one hit
It's
wonder.
BB. But anyway, so
Bartholomew.
Bartholomew. So he kind of like he is the Central African Republic's like delegate in what's called like the National Assembly of France, which is like all the colonies and stuff get to be part of like a parliamentary system.
Okay.
But he like really uses the platform to like come for the French and like talk about, he's like anti-colonialism, like talks about racism, talks about like the abuses of like colonial officers. Whenever he goes back to the Central African Republic, he like really whips up the rural communities to want independence and to like really gather into like a cohesive movement. And so in 1958, when France makes the decision to allow, I guess, the Central African Republic to have its independence, Bartholomew Buganda, or BB, is the natural person to become president. And he actually like starts leading the negotiations. But unfortunately, a few months
Stop. He had like such a
afterwards-
good cause. And I was,
I know,
yeah, okay.
he dies in a plane crash.
Oh, stop it.
Okay.
He was.
I see your face, and you're correct to have that face.
Okay.
Because some of the things around the plane crash were sus.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
That's what I was going to say. Were they questionable?
They were questionable. The plane blew up mid-air. And a lot of people, even today in the Central African Republic, consider the death of Bartholomew Buganda as like
national tragedy.
not a national tragedy. They consider it an assassination.
Yeah, I would imagine it.
Yeah.
To be. Yeah.
They think
yeah.
like France, like, yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
There's all these
I
things.
feel like I've heard this story before.
Oh, you have. That's
I
not good
might
for me.
have. No. I mean,
He's like, I don't need to be
no,
here. I've heard this one.
Just the drama of it all. No, just the drama of it all.
Yeah.
I don't know the ins and outs.
Have you heard this story, or is it a familiar story because it's happened more than once?
I think it might be a familiar story.
Let's go with familiar.
Yeah.
Let's go with familiar.
I think it's familiar.
Yeah.
We've been here before.
We've been here before. Planes
Just
blowing up in
BB
sky.
was
the guy
rising up and then
falling out of the sky.
Poor BB.
Okay. Yeah. So then what happens?
So then what happens is BB's younger cousin, David, they're like, David can do it. He can. They're like, David.
Rumbling.
Yeah, David the headmaster. Why doesn't he do it? They're like, he's schooled, right?
Yeah.
But he's kind of like he's much more. He's less critical of colonialism. More like pliant. I guess.
Yeah.
He's more like bureaucratic and less like out there making speeches and stuff.
Yeah.
Fine.
So they're like, David's gonna do it, and so when they actually get independence, David Dacko becomes the first president of the Central African Republic.
Okay, well
Do we
done.
know? Was he happy with that move?
Was he
Did he
confident
feel
in
like
his
he
role?
had to do it?
I don't
we know
know.
that?
We don't know that.
Okay.
Let's assume.
Let's assume he was
Yeah.
confident.
Yeah.
He was up for it.
Yeah.
He was ready to take
Yeah.
the
And he wasn't
position.
like,
yeah.
oh, I have to become president.
I
Yeah.
know.
Because
I
being
just
like
imagine-
teacher and then
Why would you turn it down?
You just see the soldiers come up to the school and say, "Excuse me,
sir.
you are the president. You have been elected, chosen. You
And
are the
also,
chosen."
Uncle BB's dead.
Oh, and by the way,
What was the
Uncle
turn
BB
Yeah, cousin
exactly
BB
was
died.
assassinated mid-air.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, let's just assume he was happy to do it.
Yeah.
yeah.
But like, would you turn it down if someone just came up to you? If they said to you,
Absolutely
you know
not.
what,
Take it.
we wanted this like great person and they're no longer available. So like now you get to be the.
That's
Give it to
like-
me.
I don't,
I'll take it. When do
taking
I
over
start?
One of my cousin's roles. It's very high profile. Like to go from a lovely school. I've worked my way up. I'm now a head teacher.
And you're at the top.
At the top, yeah.
Don't you want more? I would take it. I
But
would
then I'm
grab
looking
it.
at what happened to my cousin, and I'm thinking, this is
I
a
would
gamble
grab
right
it.
now.
Really?
Yeah.
You wouldn't. I would.
I would grab it.
I mean, okay, I'm going to be honest.
Go on.
Seeing the two of you now
Yeah.
and the reaction, I would vote for her and not you. Because
Why?
I don't believe in
Yeah. Wait,
voting for the
hold on.
person
Yeah.
who's like, give it
He's
to
like,
me.
I'll take it.
I'm going
Take
to grab it.
No, because there's so
Crown
much
me,
family. Exactly. No. There's history behind
I
it.
feel
There's
like
the
you
fact
would have
that
had something to do with it.
I would have been
My
absolutely-
demise.
Could see
I know.
loading the bomb onto the plane.
Popping it on there,
Oh my gosh. Okay.
planting
anyway.
myself in the
She's gone.
school.
Yeah.
The soldiers turn up, give me the role. I'll be like, yeah, sure, let's go.
And now you're president.
And now I'm president.
Okay.
What
well,
do I need to do? What's my first
rule.
diary?
You need to
Okay.
rule.
Okay.
Okay. Let's keep
That's
this
true.
moving.
I think that's where I failed, but can
I know.
you?
You
I
arrive
think I'd
on
just
day
be
one
like,
and you're
I
like,
know.
oh no.
This
Oh
isn't
no,
what I thought
it was. I'd like
Yeah.
literally look around. Sorry, guys.
Okay, but let's talk a little bit about the cousin who wasn't chosen,
Fine.
Jean Bedel Bokassa.
Okay.
So his upbringing is very, very different.
Mm-hmm.
His dad is a village chief, so like a person of status in his community.
Okay.
During that time in French Equatorial Africa, there was like this private company that was making chiefs force their own communities to like into forced labor to work for them, and the father started to campaign against like the abuses of like colonial forced labor. But unfortunately, it didn't turn out well for him. He was dragged in front of the town square and
Stop it.
beaten to death.
Stop it.
The dad.
Yeah, this is Jean Bedel Bokassa's dad, and things get worse. Jean
Oh, they
Bedel,
do.
he in later
We do
in
like a trigger warning,
I know. There needs to be
Trigger
like some
warning.
sort of like flash.
Sorry.
Something.
Okay, let's
I
go.
know.
Sorry.
Because everything seems so hopeful and then
know.
it's like crashes down
Yeah.
for the family
Yeah,
in different
sorry.
ways.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna get worse. 6-year-old Jean Bedel Bokassa, he later says in his memoir that he was actually there and saw it happen. And then if that isn't bad enough, a week later, his mom kills herself.
Oh my
Oh
God.
gosh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's too much to witness.
Wow.
Yeah. So he's like quite literally like an orphan of colonialism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how they phrase it. He does a little bit of schooling in a missionary school, but eventually leaves to join the army. So he joins like the French colonial army and actually is in that for 17 years and works his way up to the rank of captain.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He had drive.
No, he did.
He does.
Yeah.
And he
yeah.
like goes to like all these different wars. Like he fights for the French. He eventually, and like when they get independence in 1960, he leaves the army to actually go work for Cousin David, setting up the country's first army. So by 3 years in, there is they have like a 500-man strong army, which like doesn't sound like a
Yeah,
lot,
I
but,
know. Like, is that big?
I mean, for the time, I guess.
500.
We know what I
don't
know.
know.
Like 5.
Okay, it's a good
Okay. No.
start.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
Got to start somewhere. Yeah.
but they're 500 men, and they are mostly loyal to Jean Bedel Bokassa because that's like the army head, right? And this is where the beef begins because David starts to see this, right? He's like, the army's like pretty loyal to cousin Jean Bedel. And on the other side of that, Jean Bedel starts to feel like he's not taken seriously in like the political realm of the Central African Republic. So he feels like because he controls the army, he should have more of a say in how things are run.
Yeah.
And he feels like they sideline him because he has less education.
Okay. I mean, I think
My inner cousin.
it's fair for him to think that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he doesn't like that. And so anyways, they're both like pretty suspicious of each other. But David decides that he wants to fire Jean Bedel and replace the head of the army with someone else. Replace him.
Here goes the beef.
I know.
Jeez.
Okay.
So what David doesn't know is that Jean Bedel has informants in the palace. So, and one of them
Yikes.
is another cousin, Captain Banza.
Another cousin.
Another cousin.
How big is this family?
Clearly huge. Huge.
They seem quite close as well. Because
are
if
they- do they?
everybody,
Define those.
okay, no. I feel like everybody's got their cousin that they go to, and then they're like whispers. And this is
I wonder if it was like
or
I
this
wonder
is
if
what's-
it was
yeah.
like intentional, like we're gonna take over the country, or if like by informant Captain Bunza was like just being like, oh, I heard this crazy thing the other day. Like
option 2. I think
do you
that's
know what
probably
I'm saying?
yeah.
Like they were just like
yeah,
chatting. Like
yeah.
Captain Bunza tells his mom, who
They
tells
went
the
to
sister,
dinner.
and they're like, he was getting pretty antsy about.
They went
Yeah,
to
yeah,
dinner and
yeah.
had a chat.
Yeah. But anyway, it's likely Captain Bunza who then goes back and tells Jean Bedel that David is going to fire him. And Jean Bedel decides, you know what, I got to strike first. Right. What helps him is that like by 5 years into David's rule, like things have not gone well. He's clearly not the best leader.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
he was dropped into it.
Yeah.
You know, the economy, like there's really slow economic growth. There's like rebels on the border that keep like breaching the border. So like people don't feel secure.
Take back what I said earlier. I was like, give me the
Ambition
job. If it means that we're just going to go to lunch and have a chat about the economy, then I'll take it. But
man's needed to go.
yeah, he did.
It's not gone well. And like what made it worse is that when the economy wasn't doing well, he turned, like even though he was already getting French aid, he turned to China
Yeah.
and asked them for aid. And like at the time, China is like super communist. And like it's like a really bad thing to like take Chinese money.
Yeah.
And so that ended up being a pretext for Jean Bedel Bokassa to kind of be like, oh, like
You're making terrible decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But before Jean Bedel Bokassa executes his coup, he goes to the French.
Okay.
And he tells them what he intends to do.
Oh.
And the French look at it and they're like,
I'm sorry.
I know. Stop it. Stop it. I think that's like a little bit of a low blow.
Yeah.
It's low.
Yeah.
It's low.
is it low? He's covering his bases. And he's kind of like, the French are kind of like, oh, like, we know David's pliant, but like, he's not running things well.
Yeah.
And like, Jean Bedel Bokassa was a French soldier. So as much as David can be France's man, Jean Bedel Bokassa can be even more France's man.
Yeah.
Right? And France is still mining a ton of diamonds and uranium from the Central African Republic. So they need to have a president who is not going to cause a problem for them. So they're like, you know what?
Yeah, but it's to the French's best interest, isn't it? Not to the
Absolutely.
people.
Yeah.
But that's why I think it's a low blow.
I know. But anyway, so they're kind of like, JB, they kind of say to him, like, they hear what he says, right? And they then go back to David Dacko and they tell him, A, you need to watch out for your cousin because he's dangerous.
Oh my God.
But B, if your cousin does come for you, we are not going to stand in his way. We are going to let it happen.
So they basically gave him no choice.
They give permission.
God.
They're like, we're going to stand down. We're not getting involved. Bring your 500. Because like France has, like also has men in Central African Republics. They're like, we're not going to be fighting you guys. Roll in.
You wanted your independence.
Yeah, roll in.
So now you got to figure it out.
Roll in. And then they also...
Oh my God.
Okay, cool. I'm wrapping up soon. They also then go back to Jean Bedel Bokassa and they basically say, our only request is that you don't kill your cousin.
Ooh,
That's literally it. They were like,
Okay.
whatever you do, just don't kill David.
Okay. Why? It might be a silly question, but...
No, just generally they kind of know like that's, you know, the way coups go.
That's
Yeah,
the devil
okay,
you
okay.
know.
Yeah, they're like,
The
you
one
know
you
what,
don't.
do a coup, but like it would be
Kill
nice.
everyone else, but
Yeah.
save
Yeah,
one.
like, like, you know what,
Like,
he's
yeah.
not the worst, he's been our friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that is how when on New Year's Eve, 1965, when Jean Bedel Bokassa comes to coup David, there's not much resistance and power is signed over very quickly. And Jean Bedel Bokassa becomes the second president of the Central African Republic.
I mean, well done, but wow.
Anyway, that's where we're going to wrap up for part 1 and take a quick little break. And we are back. Lynn, how are you doing?
I am good. This story is juicy. Like, it's really juicy. So we basically just left off with Jean Bedel staging a coup, with David not resisting. And yeah, now Jean Bedel is the new president of the Central African Republic. That's interesting.
It is. How are you both
To
doing?
say the least.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm like team, what should I say? Whose team I'm on?
No, I would say it at the end. Is this what
Okay,
you were
okay,
holding
okay.
off earlier on?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to say we can choose whose team we're on after Sarah
yeah.
finishes telling her story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it might change.
It could twist.
Wow.
And it's been many twists so far.
Wow.
Yeah.
Plot thickens.
Plot thickens. Always does. Okay, let's jump back into it. So Jean Bedel Bokassa ran the Central African Republic for a long time. And it's hard to like summarize his rule, I guess. Because
Was it a dictatorship? Do we know?
you decide for yourself. I'll give
Okay.
you some facts. And
Okay.
You can call
Okay.
it what you want to call it.
Fine.
Okay.
But let's focus on like, I guess let me try and A, focus on the cousin aspect of it, and B, just give you a brief idea of like maybe what the first 10 years of his
Reign or whatever.
reign. Rule, I don't know.
Yeah, rule.
Yeah, whatever. What that looked like.
Okay.
So first, Captain Banza.
Okay.
So this is like cousin v cousin 2.0.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, gosh.
Captain Banza
Yeah.
goes to work for Jean Bedel as the finance minister. And people...
Huh?
I mean, I feel like, okay,
Roles are just
let's just bring the family
rotating.
in. But
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Roles are
Nepotism, baby.
Okay.
Captain Bunza. So he is a really popular finance minister. Like France even likes him.
Really?
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, I know. France likes him, and France it's like low-key the same thing over and over, like again. France is kind of like, oh, like we wouldn't be opposed if you couped Jean Bedel to Captain Bunza.
I mean, if you wanted to.
Yeah, and Captain
that's
Bunza,
what
they're like, you're so popular,
on.
everybody loves you.
Yeah. So in the fine print, if you wanted to.
If you want to, we wouldn't be opposed. We wouldn't stand in the way.
Yeah, we won't.
Yeah. And Captain Bunza's like, I think I might. So he plots a coup with the French blessing, but it doesn't work.
How does it fail?
It just fails. It his coup doesn't work because John Bedel Bokassa controls the military.
Yeah.
You can't do a coup without the military.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right?
Because that's the definition of a coup.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So his coup doesn't work. And unfortunately, he is beaten in front of the whole cabinet and executed.
No!
He executes his own cousin.
No!
Captain Bunza
No!
was executed.
He was such a likable character just up until then.
Oh my god.
I know.
Stop it.
Okay, I didn't see that coming.
Yo.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to be in this family.
The French.
What are they supposed to do? Unexecute him?
I mean, I thought they loved him so much because they had invested interest in the person that he was. No?
I mean, I think it was more that they were like, oh, we'd probably prefer dealing with you.
Okay.
But I don't think they were shedding many tears over the death of Captain Bunza. But
It's like, oh, wow.
in terms of your question about whether or not he was a dictator, these are some of the things that happened during the first 10 years of Jean Bedel Bokassa's rule. The political prisoners, so he imprisoned a lot of his political opponents and stuff, they were routinely beaten and tortured. And he had a thing for personally torturing people. So
Red
he
flag.
would go to the prison and torture them himself.
Red flag.
He forbid even using the words democracy and elections. So obviously
Another red flag.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Like this.
Waving the it's like flagging
It's
it
not even
around.
red anymore.
Exactly. It's not. It's in your face. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Other things he did, he had a penchant for naming things after himself. So all the schools, hospitals, roads, everything was called Jean Bedel Bokassa. The front page of every school exercise book in the country had his face on it.
Stop it.
So Vanity too. He had 12 ministerial portfolios. So he was in charge of everything. Mm-hmm. And he would constantly shuffle the ministers around so that no one was ever in one position long enough to become a threat.
Oh.
So they were shuffled around
kind of smart, but
up to 6 times a year.
Yeah.
It would just be shifted.
So you'd be sports minister today, and then you could do education next week.
Yeah, and then
cultural the week
Sound
after.
too dissimilar to the current.
Oh, changy. Oh.
She said this is Black History Month.
She said, let's bring it to 2025.
I said what I said.
Preaching. But there's he just shifts everyone around. He uses government funds from the sale of diamond and ivory to just buy a lot of stuff. He has 4 chateaux in France, a 50-room mansion in Paris, houses in Nice and Toulouse.
50-room
in Paris, prime real estate.
Central Paris, not Versailles.
No, central Paris.
50-room.
Wow.
Yeah, a villa in Bern. He just clearly he loves real estate.
Sounds like a dictator to me.
Yes,
it's giving.
Answer is yes.
Yes.
Did he have children?
He had 40 children. He had 40 children, but we're going to get into that a bit later.
Oh, okay, I don't know. Should we react now or later?
Having 40 children.
Okay.
React now. Say what you want to say.
40?
Yes.
Children.
40.
40
Over how many wives? Or
40
do you know how
children,
many
17 wives.
Oh, what a badass.
and 1 man.
This.
One man.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the last thing I'll say is that he had like a really twisted sense of like justice.
I mean,
Yes. A couple of examples are that there was one Mother's Day where he released all the mothers in the prison. Like anyone who was in prison who was a mother was released.
Yeah.
And then anyone who was in prison who had committed a crime against a woman was executed.
I mean, I'll say this. In our family, there's loads of women, right? Mm-hmm. So I kind of stand for that one point. Release the women.
off with their heads.
And chop the guys off. If you've done anything, off with their heads.
Yeah, do you know what?
Off with their heads.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, we'll spud you on that one.
You are truly
Why not?
You're the modern feminist. Look at you, ally.
Exactly. I think, well, why not? That's one good thing I'm going to take from that.
What was the problem with that?
And what was wrong with that? That's not a red flag.
You didn't
Mother's Day. Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
To take personal pleasure in torturing, but
He was, he was women.
Yeah.
Exactly. He had the flag. I mean, yeah, exactly. Okay.
Yeah. And then
yeah, and it's almost to like kind of justify all the fuckery that has happened prior to that.
Yeah.
Basically.
He's like, I know you guys are scared because of what I did to Captain Bunter.
However, I'm going to show you my biggest... Don't be scared, people.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. Release all the mothers. Release all the wives. Men that have done bad stuff to like women. Off with your heads.
Off with their heads. Okay.
Very complex character.
He is. He is.
Yeah.
So that's just a little flavor of the first 10 years of Jean Bedel Bokassa's presidency.
Flavor? You mean there's more?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, 10 years is a long time.
Yeah, it is a long time.
Yeah. But we're really going to focus on kind of like the latter era of his rule, his reign.
Yeah.
Chaos continues.
Yeah.
It continues. So about 10 years into Jean Bedel Bokassa's presidency, there is the president of France called Giscard d'Estaing.
Giscard d'Estaing.
D'Estaing.
Okay.
You know before like Giscard d'Estaing.
Okay.
Lynn, how's my pronunciation?
Oh yeah, exactly.
Rate it. Giscard.
Rate it before you say
It's not bad at all. It's actually not that bad.
Yeah, but
okay,
it's not bad.
Oh wait, can you rank
rate
them?
Rank
us. Okay, Chinga, you go first.
All right.
Giscard d'Estaing.
My next. Okay. Oh, I forgot his name already.
You're at the bottom.
I am way at the bottom. Giscard d'Estaing.
I'll go.
Did I say something rude? Giscard d'Estaing. I hope I didn't say something offensive in French.
Well, like, eat my toe.
Exactly. Okay.
Sarah,
I'll go.
Sarah, you're up.
But I better win because I listened to those, how you pronounce videos on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, you did.
It's like a 10-second clip and it's just like a French person going, Giscard d'Estaing.
Or when you type it in Google and it has the mic thing and you press it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Except sometimes it doesn't help. It just sounds like a computer voice. Like, Giscard d'Estaing.
Okay, who won?
Oh, guys.
I feel like it was sad.
I know. Remember, you're sat with family.
I will say that the three of you sort of kind of mispronounced the last name.
Oh.
What is it?
D'Estaing. It would be D'Estaing.
D'Estaing.
Oh, wait.
Giscard d'Estaing.
Hang on.
So basically, Lynn said that we all lose.
Yeah. We'll lose. Fine. We'll take the L. I'll take the L out.
We all sync together. Maybe that's our family genetic trait. Bad at French.
I did German at school, so that's my.
I embarrassingly studied French for like 15 years.
Really?
Have nothing
You
to show for it.
definitely lost.
He's like, bonjour.
Bonjour.
Oui, oui. Oui, monsieur.
Giscard.
How would you say it, Lynn?
I would say Giscard d'Estaing.
Oh,
wait,
God, it
okay.
just rolls off the tongue. 10 out of 10.
I should
well
just,
done.
I
You
should
pass.
like, we should do this thing where like I can say it and then we just dub you in. So I'll just be like,
Yeah,
and the name
Like
of the president was.
Great
And that's just
idea.
Lynn's voice.
Great idea. I
Wait,
love
Lynn,
that.
can we try this?
Please.
Can we try this?
Please.
I'll say, okay, I'll say, and then you just jump in. Okay.
my
and the
God,
name
that's
of the French
hilarious.
president was.
Giscard d'Estaing.
Well done, Sarah.
So
Oh, wow, go, Sarah.
Thank
That,
you.
What was it, 15 years of French? Amazing.
It's showing.
God.
Clearly. Anyway.
Say it again, Sarah.
It is. Lynn. Jump.
Oh,
Do it again.
His name is.
Giscard d'Estaing.
Yeah.
wow.
10 out of 10, Sarah.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Okay, so Giscard d'Estaing. He comes to
bit
visit.
different.
Yeah.
He comes to visit because Jean Bedel Bokassa has recently become friends with the Libyan president Gaddafi and has gone so far as to convert to Islam. And the French...
Giscard d'Estaing has converted.
No, Jean Bedel Bokassa
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
visits...
He's now clutching at straws. He's
No,
basically.
no.
Is he not clutching at straws? Is he
Who?
what?
Bokassa?
No, Jean
Bedel
Yeah,
Bokassa?
exactly. Yeah.
By converting to Islam?
Yeah. Like, and going.
Well, I think he converted to Islam to draw the French into, like, to meet him.
Yeah.
The only reason the French come to visit him is because they're very nervous that he has converted to Islam. Gaddafi is very anti-French.
Okay.
Yes.
And
Yep,
so
yep.
they're like, oh, you know,
You're going that way.
he's like going to become Gaddafi's ally.
Yeah.
And we need the diamonds. We need the uranium. We need someone who's still on our side. So like he shows up and he's like, listen, my guy, like, you know, what's going on?
Yeah.
And Jean Bedel Bokassa, who also like at this point has changed his name to Salah Eddin Ahmed Bokassa.
Okay.
He basically says, listen, I was talking to Gaddafi because I kind of need some help, but like maybe you can help me instead.
Okay.
Don't play a player.
He's like,
Play the
no,
game.
don't hate a
Don't
player.
hate the
Hate
player.
the
Hate the
game.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he basically is like, listen, I have this vision for the Central African Republic.
Okay.
I dream of an empire with myself as emperor.
Oh, jeez. What year is this? This
Giving
is back in.
Napoleon.
It's
This
like
is
1970.
1976.
Oh goodness.
He's like, I envision a monarchy where my male heirs, it's passed down from male heir to male heir. So like this democracy thing, no. Monarchy.
Switch it up.
I know. And he's like, that's my vision. And I would just like to do a coronation to make myself emperor.
Goodness.
And
Stressing out right now.
I know. And Giscard d'Estaing, he says, he doesn't say like, oh no, you shouldn't do that because democracy. He's like, I see. I think you can do it.
Yeah.
My feedback is that I think you should make the coronation ceremony real low key. Like just make it really small. He's like, Central African Republic is one of the poorest countries in Africa right now. It's a bad look.
Okay.
You know, make it really small, really low key. Don't be flashy. Jean Bedel Bokassa's like, I got you, but doesn't do that.
Say less.
He's like, let's get
Say
into
less.
it. But let's get into
he
it.
is
But
like,
I didn't hear
But I
you.
didn't
he
hear
is like,
you.
thank you. And by the way, would you mind just helping with some logistics and planning and perhaps a little bit of financial support? And France is like, okay, fine. So they start to plan for the coronation. At that point, Bokassa turns, or Jean Bedel, he renames the country to the Central African Empire. His title becomes Emperor of Central Africa by the will of the Central African people, united with the National Political Party, the MESAN.
Okay.
Mouthful.
Yep.
Yeah.
He converts back to Catholicism. And
Dude.
Wow.
This dude.
And this is my favorite thing. He's inspired by the self-coronation of Napoleon, who also became emperor.
What did I say? I said
Well
it's
done.
giving
Well done. It's
Napoleon.
Napoleon. It's giving Napoleon.
Yeah.
And not only is he inspired, but he goes so far as to hire the same people who did Napoleon, like the same company that
wait,
did
Stop it.
Napoleon's
The company still
coronation
exists?
to plan for him.
Company
the same
exists.
company.
The same
It's-
company
it
is
still
still there.
exists.
Yeah, from the 1800s.
Stop it.
Yeah, same.
Wait,
what?
Yeah.
I know. I'm so confused
Wait,
as well.
what
But
did the company do?
and how
They
did he find it? It's not
Napoleon
'cause-
had this huge coronation ceremony in Notre Dame,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
And so it was planned by this company, and the company
Yeah.
still existed.
the
so
event
Jean,
company
yeah,
from
yeah,
1800.
yeah.
I'm screaming.
No, I'm sure they probably still have like the portfolios of like, oh, the coronation. This is how it's going to be carried
Is
out.
it even paper back then? Like, how were they evidencing?
They were drawing it.
messenger pigeon.
They were drawing it.
I'm
There's like little
screaming.
stick men.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a real
Gosh.
family business.
I
I'm not gonna
know.
lie. Like,
I know.
that
I am
is-
so into this guy right now.
Yeah.
I'm-
There's a lot going on.
How is he finding Napoleon's company? It's not like you could just Google
you can't
it.
Google.
You
How
can't
do you-
Google.
I
You
think he
can't
has-
ask
you
know what?
PR like
He has to have
hey.
asked France. He has to
Yeah.
have been like,
I've got to give it to him.
Yeah.
He said, "Make it chic."
yeah.
That's what he said.
He said,
He's it.
my favorite thing.
Stallions. I want stallions. I want flags. and I want
What he wants, I want
want.
to.
If it's
Give
good
me
enough
double.
for Napoleon, it's good enough for me.
give me double. That's what he's saying. Give me double.
Just like warming up to him now.
Really? Okay.
He's screaming. Anyway, so he's going to become emperor. One of his main wife is going to become empress. Her name is Catherine.
This number 1 out of 18.
She is actually number 4, but she is the one he likes the most.
damn.
Controversially, they met when he was 42 and she was 13.
No comment.
Swiftly moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of his
Yeah.
40 children,
Okay.
Jean Bedel Jr., becomes crown prince. That's the plan.
Okay.
So
Choose.
who becomes crown prince?
Yeah, because I don't know how many boys he had. He
Yeah.
made it very clear.
He had a lot of boys. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you choose your favorite, the one that looks like you the most. I choose that one.
He also can't know them that well.
No.
No, he can't.
there's
I mean, like
40.
40
I
kids.
think-
How are you spending
No,
time with
it's
40
the mothers.
kids?
The mothers.
He
are the
actually,
ones.
this is how he did it.
Yeah.
And I don't think Bokassa was like doing a ton of ruling because it's a lot to manage.
Yeah.
But they basically all had a palace, the wives.
Okay.
And he had his own palace. And then several times a day, like during the workday, he would pop over to different wives' homes to visit. And that's how he would maintain relations with them.
He would pop over or they would pop
No,
over?
he would
No,
visit
he's
them.
Popping.
Okay. Yeah, he better.
Yeah.
The feminist in me.
Yeah, yeah,
The modern
exactly.
feminist. He better be knocking at that
There
door.
might be
He has to
multiple
be
wives,
knocking
but
and being like,
come and get
hi.
it.
Yeah.
I'm screaming.
Yeah.
But so yeah, the wives, we're going to talk about them for a second because
Okay.
there's a lot of families.
Let's
Get
get
into
into
it,
it.
'cause I need
Let's
to
get
know.
into it.
17 of them.
Okay.
Catherine is the only one that goes by name. The rest of them go by nationality. So like the Cameroonian, the Ivorian,
Stop
the German, the
it.
Swede,
Oh, hang on.
the
There was
Romanian.
Europeans in
Wait,
there
there
as well.
There was a lot.
There
There
were
was a lot.
Europeans in
Hang
there.
Hang on a
There were
minute. No,
Europe-
can we
okay,
just go
okay.
back? Because you
And
scooted over that.
How is he
Basically.
finding
Wait,
these people?
Every time Jean Bedel Bokassa would go on an international trip, he would come back with a woman. And if
So it was
they were his
17
mistresses.
times.
No, they were his mistresses,
Okay.
and some of them he got married to. So he got married to 17 of them, but there were others. But like he would like go on like a state visit to China, come back with a Chinese woman. Go on a state visit to Romania, come back with a Romanian woman. And then they would be known by like, you're the Romanian.
He's
You are-
lineage right now.
Oh,
His
United
lineage
Nations.
is giving UN 1000%.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So
yeah,
Catherine.
carry. Yeah.
But the truly, truly interesting family drama is his daughter Martine. So, Jean Bokassa, his first wife, he met when he was a soldier in Vietnam, like back when he was still a captain in the army. And he marries this woman, and they have a daughter called Martine
In Vietnam.
in Vietnam. He gets redeployed, and he has to leave Vietnam.
This was wife number one.
This is wife number one, and before he even before independence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when he becomes leader, he decides to look for Martine, right? And he reaches out to the French ambassador and the South Vietnamese government, and they find Martine. She's a street vendor living in Saigon. And they bring Martine back to the country. She only speaks Vietnamese. Huge parade, like dances in the street, like welcome back Martine,
Oh my
long lost
God.
daughter Martine.
It's giving coming to America. but
It's a lot.
Flip reverse.
A couple of weeks later, a Vietnamese newspaper runs an article that says they have found the real Martine.
Stop it!
No.
No.
Wait, how many Martines at
No,
that time?
no,
were
no,
being
no.
sprayed?
Yeah,
No,
Martine.
okay. That was a fake one.
Wait, hang on. I feel like I've seen this as well on.
So
like, okay.
So
have.
Okay.
What
Did you
is
just
wrong with
give
you?
me-
Yes, I
I've heard this
have.
one. I've heard this
it
one.
does sound familiar.
Okay, so this Martine has a birth. She works in a cement factory. She has a birth certificate. She has photos, and she has a distinctive scar. So she's real Martine.
She's the real one, okay.
And this other one's fake Martine. Fake Martine is initially imprisoned, but then they basically go to Jean Bokassa and they're like, please, like, go lightly on fake Martine. Okay. And he's like, I'm going to show some leniency. And for his 50th birthday, he chooses to adopt fake Martine.
Oh my
And so
God.
No,
both
well
Martines.
done. No, well done.
Please don't tell me he does a Woody Allen, please.
Listen.
Oh
No.
I can see it going that way.
like,
I can see
It's
it
not.
going
It's
that
not.
way.
That's not where it's going. That's not where it's going.
Okay, fine.
So he adopts both of them, and for his 50th birthday, they do a joint wedding ceremony. Fake Martine gets married to an army officer called Fidel Obru, and real Martine gets married to a doctor. Then what happens is that, like, obviously, like, people are not happy with, like, some of the things Bokassa does, right? He has a very violent streak. He oppresses people. It's not great.
Yeah.
So Fidel Obru, fake Martine's husband, plots an assassination, throws a grenade. The grenade malfunctions and doesn't blow up. And so fake Martine's husband, Fidel Obru, and like 12 other people are arrested for plotting to assassinate Bokassa.
Story.
And Bokassa's obviously like livid, right? He's like, I'm going to go after you. I'm going to go after your families. I'm going to go after even your villages that you're from. Fake Martine is heavily pregnant when this happens. And then she basically, Fidel Obru and like the co-conspirators, they get executed. And
Publicly or
I feel like you're taking pleasure in the public.
no? I want to know if he's mellowed in his old age.
no, he is not mellowed.
I feel
Not
like
mellowed.
do you mellow in your old age? If you were
mellowed.
taking pleasure in watching public,
He has not
probably
mellowed.
just like, oh,
He's not mellowed.
another show.
But let's run through this.
Yeah.
He gets executed, and as soon as he gets executed,
Yeah.
fake Martine goes into labor.
Yeah.
The doctor overseeing
The drama.
the delivery
Where is
The
this going?
drama.
Because this
is
drama.
No.
is real
please.
Martine's husband. She gives birth to the
Wait.
baby. Real Martine's husband is a doctor. She gives birth to the baby. The baby is healthy. She watches the doctor start to inject chemicals into the baby, and the baby dies.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna dream about this
He killed her baby.
before
Oh my God.
she watched him do it.
Yeah. Well, like it was by like Jean Bokassa's order. It's crazy. That's what he does. Fake Martine actually gets welcomed back into the household after this, but like less than a year later, in the lead up to the coronation, obviously she's making noise because she's not happy about having watched her baby be killed. They announced that she is returning to Vietnam and she's never seen again. Historical consensus is that she was killed.
I feel like, and
Wow.
this is not too long ago as well, isn't it?
It's like
Wow.
1977, about. Yeah. Yeah.
Rest assured, I'm gonna.
Okay, I don't like
It's not
him
great.
again.
I'm gonna
No,
I was
he's
like
bad.
warming up. Now
He's
I'm
bad.
cold. He's evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah. It's bad. It's very bad. The coronation, it's lavish, it's extremely opulent. It's like the most expensive coronation
course.
that century.
Yeah.
20 to 25 million in that day's money. Dollars, over 100 million today is what it would have cost.
That is insane.
Wow.
And it's all paid for through like French aid. It's actually a third of the country's budget is spent on the coronation. It's extremely expensive. And it's just like sum it up like Jean Baptiste says he says, everything here was financed by the French government.
Yeah.
We asked the French for money, get it and waste it. That's what he says.
Wow.
Get it and waste
And is
it.
the economy still in the pits?
No,
at
it's
the
still in the
moment?
pits. It's bad.
Okay,
Absolutely.
fine.
They're
Yeah,
probably
people
still
are
paying it off.
starving. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
They're
aid.
probably still paying
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
off.
yeah. And this all comes out of what's called the cooperation budget for France, which is basically a budget for like its colonies to continue, it's basically greasing the wheels for its colonies to like cooperate with France. That's what the budget is for. But the French, they're fine paying for this, but at the state dinner after the coronation, Jean Baptiste, like after dinner served, the Minister of Cooperation for France, Robert Galli, he
Who is
recalls,
French?
He's French.
Okay.
He recalls Jean Baptiste leaning over to him and saying, after dinner, "You never noticed, but you just ate human flesh."
No! I knew something was coming. I knew
No,
something
no,
was
no,
coming.
no, no, no,
I
no,
knew
no,
something
no.
was coming. I knew something was coming.
Yeah. So it's hard to like know like whether or not he was just the cannibalism thing was like just being super dramatic or like if it was like 100% real. But like witnesses do say that Jean Baptiste like asked for private time with the dead bodies of his victims and that he would keep bodies in cold storage at the palace of his enemies. So he's like called like the cannibal emperor, but like equally he's so into like mythology and like political opera and stuff that like he could have just been creating it as a like narrative for people to be afraid of him politically.
Doing
Imagine
things like
he's
that, like,
so fucked up. You don't know what's real.
Well,
and
what's
isn't.
not.
Both.
do you know what it sounds
plausible.
like? I feel like the less you see people, like the decapitated bodies and everything, the more power he probably felt. Walking
Yeah.
through those cold fridges, watching people
Wanting to personally torture
torture
people as well.
is like it gave him some sort of like
Yeah.
power.
Yeah. But the final straw for France is in April 1979, and trigger warning.
Oh, here-
April 1979, the school year starts, and there's these school kids who, like, one of Jean Baptiste's wives had a school uniform company, which basically by law they made it mandatory to buy uniforms from that company, and they were
Yeah.
expensive and people couldn't afford them.
yeah,
So the students start protesting.
yeah.
Some of them get shot, but they keep protesting. The soldiers, like plainclothes soldiers, infiltrate a meeting of the students. And like the students realize that these are police officers, like spies and stuff.
Undercover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They like make them strip naked and kick them out of the meeting to like embarrass them.
Okay.
Obviously very, very embarrassed. Jean Baptiste like cracks down on the whole situation.
Right.
Mass arrests of these school children. The youngest arrested is 6 years old. They're taken to a prison. And Jean Baptiste on April 19th shows up multiple times during that night, progressively more and more drunk, and personally starts to beat the children to death. And that is how...
That's my birthday, but continue.
Sorry.
Happy birthday.
No.
I know.
Okay.
But that is
Okay,
how
April
he
19.
becomes known as the Butcher of Bangui.
Right.
France has had enough. They're like, the whole thing is super embarrassing. Like,
I mean, at this point, I'm like, take him.
everyone's had enough.
Yeah.
The people are like wanting justice. Like, everyone's done.
Crazy.
He personally does, like, beats them to death with a cane.
He killed them.
Yeah, a cane of justice, he called it. It's called the School Children's Massacre.
Okay.
You should have led the story with that.
I know. You're like, is he a dictator? Is he not? I'm like, no, he's bad.
This was a bad person.
Like the
Took
worst.
pleasure in this. Like, I feel like there's just more to it than just the power. There's his own personal pleasure that
Well,
he
I mean,
enjoyment
you know,
and
he watched his parents
satisfaction.
murdered.
I think that broke him.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the trauma of all of that.
I think like it literally, like what happened to his parents just mentally like broke him.
Well, they call it ACEs, adverse childhood experiences.
Right.
So he had ACEs, which there's like a score sheet, and basically, the more you tick, the more you have been impacted by your adverse childhood
Trauma.
experiences. And I think he would have just tick
All
tick,
of
tick,
them.
tick,
All
The
of
whole
them.
checklist.
They
because
probably would have.
He had no empathy.
He took pleasure from.
And I think even the like releasing the mothers on Mother's Day was more because he wanted to balance things out, not because he felt that was the right thing to do. Because the balance is just like
The pendulum.
Yeah.
It's just.
Yeah. His idea
flopped
of
over.
justice as well is so twisted. And so like you can tell he's following some kind of methodology in his head.
That man was fucked up in the brain.
Literally.
He
it's
was
bad. Yeah.
bad.
that is
Bad.
Yeah.
I feel like no one could. It doesn't sound like anyone could stop him. I think he would just decide what he was deciding to do, and that was what everybody had to do.
Yeah.
what
But I
did the
mean, let's
French
talk
do?
about who tried to stop him. France was like, we got to get him out. They do what's called Operation Barracuda. Because with France, there's always an operation.
Yeah, there is.
So while he's visiting Gaddafi,
Yeah.
France swoops in 300 men, take over the country. Not a single shot is fired.
Okay.
I feel like it's a small number to take over the country with 300 people.
That's
feels,
500 from like the beginning.
yeah,
But
feels really small.
More, yeah.
But it was probably because of the weapons that they had.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This is September 1979. So Bokassa's out, and they're like, we need someone who's not going to do this.
Not another cousin, please.
The OG cousin.
The OG cousin is back.
Cousin David Dacko.
Is back.
He was waiting.
Yeah, in the sidelines.
Blown in
He
from
had
Paris.
his notes.
And they're
He
like,
had his
France is
notes.
like, oh, you were right. Like, you just do your thing again. They're like, you just.
And even if it's badly, it doesn't matter. It cannot be.
The
any
economy
worse.
will
They're
be
like,
bad.
shit show.
They're like, this is
economy
just-
won't be bad.
They're like, we're
everything,
sorry,
yeah.
continue. And that only lasted, unfortunately, for 2 years because people did not see David Dacko as legitimate. The Central African Republic, they were tired of having France decide.
Yeah.
Who gets to
yeah,
run.
I hear that.
Everyone was just seen as a puppet of France.
Yes.
And they wanted justice for the school children's massacre, and
Yeah.
David Dacko was not going to do it. And so 2 years into David Dacko's second presidency, Andre Kolingba, a military officer, does a coup, and that is the end of that family's
that.
reign in the Central
Sorry to
African
say
Republic.
They deserve that.
Woo.
Now,
Wow.
all of a sudden, my cousin beef seems
So minor.
so tiny.
That is
You turned up to
crazy.
my event 10 minutes late.
So
is crazy.
minor.
You know?
That. Wow.
Wow.
How are we feeling?
I'm not on anyone's side.
Yeah, I don't think you should be. I don't think
mean,
this is
I
the
that's
feel
thing.
like we were going to do some sort of ranking.
I feel like
we
maybe
were.
it didn't.
No, no.
I think maybe
no.
Captain Bunza, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Like the worst he
maybe.
did was kind of like inform.
Yeah, but then I think his informalities, or however you call it, I think they've led to so much more. I think it was something so tiny that he did over lunch or dinner.
Yeah,
has led it to this.
But you know what? Who's the best cousin? Cousin Bibi, Bartholomew Boganda.
God rest his soul.
I know.
He had the best intentions. He was leading the country to some sort of success.
And that's why he, to be honest.
Like he had to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? But why? Because he was doing the right thing.
Because I think
people
he would have gone very far. He would have been what the people needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was for the people, and
he wouldn't have
was
prioritized. Everybody else prioritized France.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't have prioritized France. He would have prioritized the country, and that's what you needed.
What a messy family.
I know. There's like an alternate reality where it's like cousin Bibi, and then then he listened to this podcast and he's like, "What?
Yeah, what? Wait,
what? What?
Huh?
You're telling me this happened? What?
Oh my gosh. Anyway, I think it's time for us to wrap up. Lynn, how are you feeling?
I was familiar with the Martine story, but then the rest of this shit, yeah, that's insane. And like you said, he probably had aces, probably a little bit of a psychopath, because if you're killing children like this, you have no empathy. You're not feeling anything. Yeah, I feel a little bit drained. Like, I think
what a roller coaster.
Even telling it, I'm like,
I did not expect.
It's been a year. It's been a year since we started this episode. But yeah, on that note, we're going to wrap up. Thanks for sticking with us.
Thank you, everyone,
Where's
for
that
listening.
drink?
We want to thank the people for listening. This was a good episode.
Thanks.
It really was.
Thanks. Okay, we're going to check out here. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye. See you.